want to gather, you can socially distance as you wish. I don't know who's in whose pods, but get as close as you can to each other and still be safe. And hopefully it'll help us keep warm a little bit. Sorry about that.
Just trying to get a shot of everybody. Make sure we know who's here. And you want the crew to the gentleman to lower casket?
Lower the coffin casket. Evelyn was your mom's only sibling, right? And Evelyn's deceased. When did she pass away?
Age 79, 80.
Oh, a long time.
Wasn't around.
Yeah.
She's up there somewhere, the hill.
I saw a seagull on one of the stones come down.
Yeah, might be right.
Right.
Need anything else?
No. I'm all set, thank you.
If anybody is able to be with you, or even you folks, you'll be able to see this on YouTube a little later today.
Okay.
Amen.
Thank you. You guys share that?
Mildred.
Does everybody have cottage cards, Kurt?
I think that's so. Make sure everybody has their Gerald. It's the last prayer we're going to say. Thank you.
Family and friends, we're going to begin our service in Mildred's memory. To those that are present here at the cemetery and to those of you joining us online, we extend our condolences on the death of your beloved Mildred. I'm Rabbi Eddie Sukal from the Shul, and we begin with words of comfort from the book of Psalms, from Psalm 23. Adonai ro'i lo echsar binoteh sheyarbitzeni al mei menuchot yenahaleni nafshi yishovev yancheni v'magalei tzedek leman shemo gam ki elech begeit sal mavet lo irara ki ata imadi shivtecha umishantecha hema yenachamuni. God is my shepherd, I shall not want. God makes me lie down in green pastures, leads me beside still waters, and restores my soul. You lead me in right paths for the sake of your name. Even when I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You have set a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You have anointed my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Nancy, to you, and to Paul, and to all of the family. To Robert and Brett and Tori, and of course to Kathy and Jackie and Kinshan. to all of you. And we remember, of course, Nancy, you, Mildred's daughter, and the grandchildren that I've mentioned. And Mildred was blessed with 7 great-grandchildren. Some of you are here today. Reagan, and I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Alana. How'd I do? Good. And Brooklyn, and Chloe, and Olivia, and Madison, and Adeline. To all of you, you have lost a precious member of your family. Sadly, death has taken your beloved Mildred, a beloved mother, and grandmother, and great-grandmother. And we who have mourned know that you grieve in a darkened world today. We understand that in your silence there is sadness, and in your tears loneliness. We gather with you to comfort you, that our words and our embraces might comfort and console you. And we gather with you who mourn, not only that we might comfort you, but to call upon God on your behalf, and to ask God to also be with you in this time of sadness and grief. Mildred loved all of you, her family, so very much. That love united you in life, with her and with each other. And you were blessed to share companionship with her along life's path. And even in our grief, we reach deep into our souls to find the strength and the ability to also be grateful and to give thanks for the gift of Mildred's life. She was granted what our tradition calls fullness of years. She was granted a long life, and yet, when a life comes to an end, a person has never lived enough. We never complete all of our tasks. We never do everything we want to do. We never say every loving word we want to say. And yet our life does come to an end. Mildred was fortunate to live a long life and a good life. And so today, in grief, we offer thanks for the gift of that life. And we are grateful also for the ability to remember our memories of times spent together, times of joy and happiness, times of celebration. And we are grateful too for the gifts of Mildred's heart and mind, those things that she did and said that brought such joy into your lives. These are all now a precious remembrance, and we offer our thanks to God.
Take them home now.
As you know, Mildred lived on her own until fairly recently, just a couple of years ago. She was proud to be able to live in the Mayflower apartments, living on her own. Her mind stayed intact and sharp. And Paul, you said it, I think you were quoting her, maybe directly, maybe not quite directly, but Mildred, as she got older and was living into her 90s, said, I didn't think I was going to live this long. There's something so beautiful about that she appreciated the gift of her life. Nancy, you know that your mother's life wasn't always easy. It had its challenges, to be sure. But she didn't let life's hardships get her down. She didn't let them get in the way. She stayed strong and made the most of every situation. She was a smiler. And when she saw you, she would smile and laugh. She was kind and friendly that way. Unless, of course, she didn't like you. That's what you told me. Then maybe you didn't get.
know you. Yeah.
Then you didn't get quite such a smile.
That's right.
And because of the way she lived, living through adversity and just finding her way through it somehow. Staying happy and friendly and smiling. She was a good mother and a good grandmother. You could always count on her to help, to be there if you needed something, to offer support. Over the years, she worked hard and she worked a lot. That's the kind of person she was. Dedicated to family, dedicated to her work, trying in her own way to make her corner of the world just a little bit better, a little bit nicer, a little bit more smiley. She had lifelong friends, women particularly that she was in touch with all through the years, from grade school, and then some of them were reunited at Menorah Park just recently after all those years living together under one roof. She had a cat, Jimmy, and she loved her cat. Paul and Nancy, when you got it for her, she said, "I never had a cat before." But she discovered that she loved having her cat. And she did something with the cat that was another aspect of one of the great loves of her life, and that was she sang to her cat. She loved to sing. She was in choirs when she was younger, and in her very youthful days even had designs perhaps of starring on stage or in theater.
Take us home now.
Just a few more minutes. She lived a good life and a full life. It was a real life with adversity, with challenges, with triumphs. And through it all, she loved her family. She was devoted to her friends. Tradition teaches that when we die, we take nothing with us. No material goods accompany us. But what survives us that has real meaning is what the rabbis called the Keter Shem Tov, the crown of a good name, that some people, in the way they live and the way they love, earn for themselves. Mildred earned her Keter Shem Tov. She earned her crown of a good time many times over, of a good name, the crown of a good name. She earned it many times over. And that's now bequeathed to you, her family. And every time you smile at someone, you wear her crown and carry it into the future. And every time you help someone or are kind, you wear her crown, you honor her life, and you pay tribute to her memory. We will always remember her in the rising of the sun and in its going down, in the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, in the rebirth of spring and the opening of buds. We will remember her. In the beginning of the year and when it ends, we will remember her. When we have joys we yearn to share, we will remember her. As long as we live, we shall always remember Mildred.
Okay, Father, take us home.
El malei rachamim, shochein bamromim, hamtzei menucha nechona, tachat kanfei hashchina, im kedoshim utehorim, kizohar harakia mazhirim. Et nishmata shalcha le'olama began eden tehei menuchata ana bal harachamim hastireha beseter kenafecha le'olamim vayitzror bitzror hachayim et nishmata Adonai hu nachalata veitanuach beshalom al mishkava Vinomar, amen. Compassionate God, eternal Spirit of the universe, grant perfect rest in your sheltering presence to Mildred Wynbrandt, for she has now entered eternity. O God of mercy, we pray, may Mildred find refuge in your eternal presence, and may her soul be bound up in the bond of everlasting life. God is her inheritance. May she rest in peace. And we say, Amen. Al mikoma tavo b'shalom. May Mildred come to her eternal home in peace. All of us must ultimately answer the summons to return to the source of being, for we lose our hold on life when our time has come, just as the leaf falls from the bough when its day is done. The deeds of the righteous enrich us all. The dust returns to the earth, yet the spirit lives on with God. Like the stars by day, our beloved dead are not seen by mortal eyes, and yet they shine on forever, for theirs is an eternal peace. Let us be thankful for the gift of Mildred's life, for the companionship we enjoyed with her in the years granted to her. We sanctify God's name, and we honor her memory as together we recite the Mourner's Kaddish. It's on the cards that were handed out to all of you. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, b'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechal beit Yisrael, ba'agalau v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach leolam ulomei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudusha barichu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May God, who makes peace in the high places, send peace to us here on earth. May God comfort and console all those who grieve. And we say, Amen. We conclude our service and our time at the cemetery by taking part in the mitzvah, the commandment of Chesed Shel Emet, the final kindness we can perform for a loved one, and that is to involve ourselves in their burial. And so those who wish can take a shovelful of earth and place it into the grave. We recognize how emotionally difficult this is to do, but we do it out of respect and out of love as a final kindness that we can perform and for which there can be no recompense. So those who wish can approach the grave and take a shovelful of earth and place it into the grave. As we do this, we conclude our service with these traditional words of consolation. Hamakom yinachem etchem b'toch shar avlei Tzion v'Yerushalayim. May God grant you comfort, and may you who mourn be comforted, along with all the mourners in Zion and Jerusalem and our community. Amen.
Amen.
Auntie, I want to go home now, rather.
Okay.
I'm reading.
Chair out of the way.
No, not at all. Not at all. Hold out here. And hello, lady. Nice to see you. My name is Eddie. What's your name? Brooklyn? Have you ever been to Brooklyn?